And welcome to CGTN live streaming here in Shanghai. I'm CGTN reporter Wu Bin, and the 26th Shanghai International Film Festival is currently underway, and it's one of the biggest events in the film industry. And Shanghai, this year's theme is the city of cinema, and Shanghai is the birthplace of China's film industry, has so many more to tell. And tonight we're going to take a city walk along some of the very popular roads in Shanghai and tell you something about Shanghai as a capital of cinema. And I'm pleased to be joined by Ladi, a young director. So please say hello to our audience.
Hi, I'm Hu Hanyu, and you can call me Ladi. And I'm a director of the film Lost in Shanghai. And I'm originally from Chengdu, and I started film in US. And I moved here to Shanghai and to build my film career.
Yes, I know, Ladi, you just you have a film called Lost in Shanghai, and you have chose a lot of scenes around the city. So you must know something, about this city, about the cinematic development in the city. So why don't we start with where we are standing right now? We have this opening scene. First, I want our audience to check out this amazing view. I think here is one of the busiest areas in Shanghai. You see a lot of young people are walking along the streets. It's quite vibrant. Across the street is the Cathay Theatre. It's one of the most iconic theaters in Shanghai. So do you know anything about this theater?
Actually, when I first moved here, I noticed this building, and I was like, wow, this is such a decent building here. And I decided to go to watch some film there, but unfortunately at that time, I don't have time. And later it started to renew this whole building, so I don't get the chance to visit there ever. So in this film festival, I decided to buy the tickets for the short collective show. So I will visit this building eventually at, I think it's next Friday.
And also Cathay Theatre is one of the designated theaters of the Shanghai International Film Festival. Just like you said, some of the movies will be presented here. And I would like our audience to check out this picture while I'm telling some of the background information of the Cathay Theatre. So this theater is one of the earliest movie theaters in Shanghai. It was established in 1931 and officially opens on January the 1st, 1932. So you see here is one of the earliest photos of this theater. And here we have a picture taken in 1953. That's you see there's a Chinese character saying that to celebrate the 4th anniversary of the founding of People's Republic of China. So this was shot in 1953, and you see it's pretty much the same as today, right? And this building, the Cathay Theatre, is also one of the typical buildings of the so-called Art Deco. So do you know anything about Art Deco?
Sounds very arty.
Me neither, but I did some research. So I would like our audience to check again about, while I was telling why it is called Art Deco. So Art Deco is kind of artistic style. You see a lot of lines, street lines there, right? Yeah, right. Unlike traditional European style, which has a lot of delicate like engravings, like angels, those sort of things. The Art Deco does not want that. It requires simple shapes, like those straight lines. So when you see straight lines or some of the lines representing signs, it's a typical symbol of the Art Deco. So this is one of the most iconic or most typical building of this style. And the first movie was presented in Cathay Theatre. It's called A Free Soul. And its Chinese translation is American movie. Its Chinese translation is called 灵肉之门, which directly translated into the gate of soul and flesh. So I would like to ask you a question. If when you first hear 灵肉之门, the translation, what kind of genre do you think this movie would be?
Sounds like a horror film.
Right?
Yeah.
But actually it's not.
What?
It's a fiction.
Oh.
So that's I think it's the beauty of translation. Sometimes it changes the meaning, but it creates another kind of atmosphere. And while we are walking today, we will meet a lot of these translations, and we will tell our audience more about that. And you see alongside this street, there's a restaurant, very, very famous restaurant in here. And you see this style is also Art Deco. You see streamlines, very simple shapes, just lines there without extra decorations. And so this area is become very popular for young people. And the Cathay Theatre is now over 90 years old and it's still used. It has over 1,000 seats in the theater.
Oh my God, that's huge.
So yes, and I think I will definitely watch one of the movies this year.
I'm looking forward.
So now let's talk about your movie,
Okay.
because I know your movie Lost in Shanghai has just won the High Shots Film Awards. So tell us something about what inspired you want to do this movie. I know it's a low budget movie, right?
Yeah, it's very low budget. It's a zero budget movie.
Zero
actually.
budget movie.
Yeah, so when I first moved to Shanghai for the first year, I feel very strong culture shock because I'm really impressed by the diversity and so many things happening here in Shanghai. It's so different from all those cities I've been lived in. It's different from Chengdu, it's different from San Francisco. People going to specific locations for specific culture or like specific things. But in Shanghai, it's like all kinds of things happening everywhere. It's very complicated and it's kind of mind-blowing for me actually. So when I came here, I found out there's nothing that's real. Doesn't matter what kind of culture you like, you can find your friend, find your community everywhere.
All kinds of geeks
all
find
kinds,
find your friends here.
Yeah, right. So that's why I fell in love in this city. And
just like we have a background here.
Oh yeah.
I love Shanghai, and you also.
I'm a lover.
Although you moved here for like 1 year, 2 years.
3 years almost.
3 years almost, and you already fell in love with Shanghai.
Yeah.
And we also hope people watching our live streaming, could go to Shanghai, experience this vibrant culture, maybe a little bit culture shock, and finally fall in love with Shanghai.
True.
And now I would like to talk about something about the translation of your movie. The name English is Lost in Shanghai.
Yes.
But the Chinese name is Shanghai Xiaohua, which can be translated into Shanghai jokes.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because
why Lost in Shanghai? I mean,
yeah, because this is a comedy. Actually, my film is a comedy. So and it's a short. So I heard that saying said that if you want to make a short, you only mix it one joke, one punchline, that will make it a good short. So I think Shanghai Xiaohua is a very popular name for this short because I only focus on one kind of joke and I play around with it. But why I choose to translate it into Lost in Shanghai, because this story is not about local here, it's about the people who come from different places, like different country, different cities, and their experience. So they find all those things happening. They are like being attracted by it, but they are also lost in it. So that's why it's called Lost in Shanghai.
And when I was watching your film, one thing that's quite interesting is sometimes you have a very long conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
with just one frame, with just one shot.
Just one take,
but I don't feel bored because the conversation is quite interesting. Some of the conversation, the contents, I really resonate with them. So I think that's why your movie is got some good reputation by the critics and also by judges, because it resonates with young people and represents how young people are thinking about this, especially living in Shanghai. Right?
Yeah. So actually, all those long takes.
Is it because of your zero budget? I think that's one of the major reasons.
Yeah, because we have limited time and low budget, so we can only have this one take because we can only have one camera. But another reason is I'm obsessed with this style called mumblecrawl.
Yeah, mumblecrawl.
Yeah, this style of film, they focus on young people's life, and most young people, they feel confused in this stage of life because they are trying to find their job, find their career, and maybe some of them getting into marriage, and some of them are very confused with their relationships. So I am a young people right now, so I think for a good writer, you only write the thing that you actually know. You don't pretend. So that's the reason I'm digging into all this ordinary life, slice of life conversations. When I went to restaurants with my friend, I always like overhearing other people, especially who's on date, and I'm trying to collect all those conversations. Some of them are kind of cringe, but some of them are like you can see those people are trying to pretend to be someone.
Yeah.
But I don't think they are pretentious or I won't say that's bad. I will say it's kind of cute. It's how normal conversations sounds like, because in our normal lives, we like in a whole conversation, we don't actually having conversation about the topic. We're having a conversation to build this vibe. So that's why I obsessed with this style, mumblecrawl, and write all those scripts.
Yeah, and now we are walking to a very important place, I think, in the cinematic industry, because we are over here on our left is the Garden Hotel, and over there is the Jinjiang Hotel. The two hotels, although they are just hotels, but they serve as very important places for filming. Like in Garden Hotel, a very famous TV drama was filmed here called Fortress Besieged, 围城, which was based on the novel of Qian Zhongshu, a very famous Chinese writer. And let's take a look at this very beautiful hotel. Some of the scenes were taken here, and we will also walk to some of the other scenes. And I have some old pictures to show you, to see the filming scenes in the past. The TV drama was filmed in 1990, I think, even before I was born.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, but I remember my parents, when I was very, very young, my parents really loved this movie, this TV drama, excuse me. And so now we see that here you see the architecture, the style is quite different from Cathay Theatre, right? It's more complex. It's not that simple, it's more complex. Yeah. And here we are now standing in one of the shooting scenes, very important shooting scenes. I will let our audience to have a look. So you see this and that. This is the shooting scene of the TV drama Fortress Besieged, and that is what it is now. So now I kind of having some goosebumps because I'm standing exactly the place where where in 1990 the set of filming casting crew was filming this TV drama. I think maybe for you, you might have something more because you're a young director, right?
Yeah, right. I want to film here. It looks really like...
Maybe for your next movie, maybe Lost in Shanghai, maybe Found in Shanghai.
Found in Shanghai, right.
You can film here. And also, you see, I would like to show another picture to our cameraman. You see this? This is what it is, 1990s, and that is what it is nowadays. The exact scene. This building haven't been changed since then. And as we are walking along this road, because this route is chosen by the organizing committee of the 26th Shanghai International Film Festival as a perfect place for city walk. If you want to know some of the cinematic industry history, we have the Cathay Theatre there. We have Garden Hotel, and right in front of the corner, we will have a very beautiful theater, another theater that's beautiful, not only architecture, but also very, very important in the cinematic history. It is the Lyceum Theatre. In Chinese, it's called 兰心大剧院. The Lyceum Theatre. Let's give our audience a look at the Lyceum Theatre. It's very beautiful, especially at night with all the lightings. I think it's also can be called an Art Deco architecture, but it's more complex, right? And about the translation is very, very interesting. So Lyceum, we have a lot of Lyceum theater in the world, but this one is unique, I think it's because of the translation. The translation is called 兰心大剧院, and 兰心actually means the heart of magnolia. Magnolia is the city flower of Shanghai. So it's quite beautiful. It's Lyceum, the word is normal, it's nothing special, but when you translate it into 兰心, it's elegant.
Yeah, it's
very beautiful. So I think that's the beauty of translation, don't you think? And tell you something about this Lyceum Theatre. It's also very important. It was first built in 1870s, but then it was burnt. It was destroyed in the fire, and then it was renovated in the 1930s, and then renovated into a theater. But it hasn't been used for a very long time. But this year, it was designated as a designated theater for the Shanghai International Film Festival. So some of the films, you see there's an audience. Yeah, there's a long line waiting there.
Are they waiting for us?
Yeah, let's ask. Are they waiting for us? I hope so. Let's have a look at the Lyceum Theatre over there. We've seen a long queue there. They are waiting for the movies of the presented at the Shanghai International Film Festival. So this year, so if you want to take I've never been inside.
Yeah.
If you want to go inside, maybe buy a ticket.
I just bought one just now.
Yeah, but it's very difficult to get a ticket.
Yes.
Most of the tickets of the Shanghai International Film Festival have sold out.
Sure.
Yeah, because it's, again, the Shanghai International Film Festival is one of the, I think it's a big festival for all the moviegoers. Yeah, over 450 films they will be presented. Some of them are world premieres, some of the Asian premieres, some of the classic movies, they also have different genres, horror films, animation. You can find all kinds of films you like. So that's why it's much celebrated by the moviegoers. And I tried to get one ticket, but it's too difficult.
Yes,
the minute I enter the website,
basically, you have to choose one like at the first second. You have to vote it. You have to choose your top one, and you get into the page at the first second when they start selling the tickets. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. And in here, I would like our audience to have a look at another picture of the Lyceum Theatre. So let's see. This is an old picture of the Lyceum Theatre, and this is the Lyceum Theatre today. And it's quite powerful when you look at the old pictures and what it is today. I feel like I suddenly lived in the past.
Yeah, right. Things never change. The building never changed.
And here we have another picture of Lyceum. And let's walk along. And I think for a lot of Chinese audience, they get to know Lyceum Theatre because of the movie Saturday Fiction.
Yes.
The Chinese translation is 南新大戏院, but the English is Saturday Fiction. It's performed by renowned actress Gou Yi, and it tells the story happening in the past. And because of that movie, I think people outside Shanghai have get to know Lyceum Theatre.
That's the first time I know this place.
Yeah, because
when I was in college.
And you are not, because you just moved here.
Yes.
And in here, we are very pleased to be joined by another guest.
Hello.
Hi, hello. This is
nice to meet you.
Clara. She is a promoter of the City Walk campaign. So first of all, let's say hello to our audience.
Sure. Hi, everybody. Nice to be on this channel to talk about City Walk in Shanghai.
So let's walk. Let's have a city walk while we're talking. So let's have a city talk walk.
Sure, yeah.
So you are a promoter of City Walk. So tell us something about why do you want to start this campaign?
Actually, I was intended to find a way for people to learn language, especially to learn English in a daily life kind of setting. So I think whenever you're in a classroom, it's more boring, but while you're walking, especially in Shanghai, you see a lot of English around on the streets and different, like, you know, on the board. There are all kinds of English words that we're using every single day. So I think it's a good way for people to walk together and then talk in English and learn something, and also to learn about Shanghai. So that's why
So
I started.
learning English was your for other people.
Yeah.
Was your intuitive.
Yes, exactly.
And but do you know that City Walk, the word actually was invented in here in Shanghai?
Yes, I know.
And then it gets popular around the country. But to be honest, I think because after you know the word City Walk was invented, we've seen different cities across China. They all have this City Walk campaign.
Right.
But don't you think that Shanghai is the perfect place, the best place for City Walk?
Yes, I do think so. I think, you know, like in Shanghai right now, we're in an area that has, you know, food and bar, and also we're gonna pass by some areas like residential areas. You can see like people's clothing hanging. So it's kind of like a combination of the international atmosphere and also like a, you know, the way people live here. Like it's really down to earth.
Yeah, just now we passed a restaurant. I think the restaurant near street with open windows is quite common in Shanghai.
Yeah.
And when you see this restaurant, you feel that okay, this is Shanghai. This feels like Shanghai, right?
Right. Yeah. It's actually more like very French, I think.
Yeah.
And Shanghai is like very modern, and also it's also very Chinese. You can see both things.
So tell us something about, you know, because you have started this campaign, I think you must have taken a lot of people to get to know Shanghai for City Walk.
Right.
What are some of the common routes that you go to?
Yeah. So actually, I did 2 different routes. And the first route was around the French concession. So over there, many people used to go there for like very popular shops to either, you know, go shopping or take good photos. But actually over there, starting from like Blackstone apartment, do you know that place? It's right across the street from the Shanghai Conservatory area. So over there, we started from there, and then we went to like Taojiang Road and in Xuhui. So over there, it was like you can see so many different English words like all over the place. And another route I did was actually the very popular Shanghai TV show. You know that one? It's
the
called
Blossom.
繁花. Yes,
Yeah,
繁花, that who in Shanghainese. Right.
I don't know how to speak.
Me either.
Teach me again.
No, I'm not Shanghainese actually. I learned a lot of Shanghainese.
Teach me again.
Yeah,
How
I don't know. It might be very Yang Jingbang, you know, like.
Maybe our audience don't know what Yang Jingbang is, but anyway.
Yeah. So, anyways, I did that one, but we started at Fuxing Park, which is also a French park. I didn't know that until I was, you know, trying to find the route for my event. So I went there. I learned that it was designed in a French way, and then we walked around over there because there was also a really cute fruit shop. Everything was in English. They had a lot of things in English because foreigners do shop over there, and there's also like walls where a lot of scientists, their introduction was on the wall, so people can read it. It's both in Chinese and in English. That's why I chose that route.
And I do know that because of the popularity of City Walk, there's a new job, new occupation, like it's called City Walk Promoter.
Really?
It's organizing a dozen people and then sort of like a tour guide, but because the organizers, they have more knowledge about the route. So for ordinary people, they want to know more about the history, about what happened in this route. So this new job, this new occupation, City Walk Promoter, they actually do this job, and
That's interesting. Yeah.
And now we are on this street called Chengxian. Jinxian Street, excuse me. And this is one of the most popular areas in Shanghai, I think, and it's perfect for City Walk. You know why? Because I think, let our cameraman to have a look at this background, have a look at all those shops. We've seen in this very tiny street, maybe just several hundred meters long.
Yeah.
We have so many different kinds of shops,
Right.
restaurants. We have, you can get to have a taste of the food from around the world, and also you have some of the Michelin restaurants. 3 Michelin restaurants on
Right.
the street, I believe. And you've seen a lot of
Clothes hanging.
yeah, a lot of young people are here,
Right.
very vibrant. But
What's that?
people are also living here. It's actually old residential community.
Yeah,
and in
like
here
above.
we've seen
Wow, this is
a little girl.
that's
They're playing.
impressive.
playing zheng.
She is playing guzheng.
Yeah.
Very
In
beautiful.
front of the
Traditional-
tacos
yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's cool.
This
Right.
is Shanghai.
That's
You
its
can only see
diversity.
Yeah,
That's
you
exactly
can
what I
only
was
see
talking
this in
about.
Shanghai.
Very
And
international. Yeah.
lovely, 很棒, lovely.
棒.
And now I think her sister is going to perform another song with guzheng, the traditional musical instrument.
It's Father's Day actually, so that song was for.
And 采蘑菇的小姑娘, I think it's a children's song. It's not
Yes.
a traditional song,
Yeah.
but they played it with a traditional instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Quite lovely.
Oh, this car coming. We should probably.
But I think our audience probably want to listen more about this song. It's very beautiful. You see that playing guzheng in front of a taco bar, as
Yeah,
you
right.
said, and with all the people, the customers are watching. You know, I think why Shanghai is the best place or perfect place for city walk is because of this free environment.
Yeah,
right.
Nobody's actually judging you.
Yeah.
Even when you sit
No one's judging us.
on the roadside.
Right. Nobody's judging us.
Yeah,
either.
nobody's judging
We are
you.
blocking everyone.
So let's move back to your movie, because Lost in Shanghai, I know you have also shoot some scenes like this in your movies.
Yeah.
So why do you want to, do you think this is a very good or typical aspect of Shanghai? That's why you want to put it in your movie?
Yeah, I think that's a very Shanghai thing. It's the city walk. Like people, like that's our ordinary life. Like people, it doesn't matter. Are they like dating or this like their first meeting of a project or something? They always start with the city walk. Like they walk through all this street here.
Maybe a lot of brilliant ideas are
like-
born while you are city walking with others.
Yeah,
Right.
actually, we come out of this script while we are sitting walking in front, like nearby this neighborhood.
And Clara, so
Yeah.
have you ever, taken other people walk on this street before?
On Jingxian Road.
Yeah, on Jijian Road. Yeah.
Not specifically this street. Yeah.
But
Haven't done it before.
what you just tell us some of the routes. So when you are taking people to those routes, what will you tell them? I mean, the history or some of the fun things to do?
Actually, my campaign and event is kind of like we will have a little brochure. So a brochure is, there are 3 different activities. So one activity is if you bump into a foreigner, you can go say hi and then give that person a compliment, like what people usually do when they're abroad. And then another thing is, while they're walking, they're going to pick a letter as their initial of a word. So they're going to try to find all the English words starting with that letter. So they're going to be looking around and checking every store out to see if they can find an English letter, like a word. And the last thing is, I think is to figure out, for example, I would tell them like bar and cafe in Chinese. Like they will find the way to say it, like bar and cafe. How do you say that in English? So that's like different task-based activity. So, but also because my partner in this campaign, she knows more about traveling and history, so she usually will keep some of the history part and then share with everybody. Yeah.
And we also have some very interesting bars and shops around us. Here it's called Bar Vintage, and we have this very lovely dog here.
Wow.
Hello.
Don't
Good
mention.
evening. Good evening. Hello.
Wow.
Oh, I think the dog is.
Yeah, he's a bit afraid, I think.
Yeah,
He's shy.
Probably.
And over there, you know, when people live there, they would
Yes.
hang their clothes.
And so in here, you have another valley. The valley is, when you go inside the valley, in Chinese, in Shanghai dialect, it's like a nongtang, or in Chinese.
Right.
And it's sort of like a hutong in Beijing. It's,
Yeah.
when you go inside the valley, you see that there's people living inside, and actually you see there's people hang their clothes outside. It's quite typical in the southern China,
Right.
I think. And so I think that is also very interesting thing about Shanghai is that you have people living alongside the street, but that doesn't. So old residential buildings with new, young shops, restaurant in here, they seems to be contradictory, but they live very harmoniously in here. So
Yeah.
I think that's also one aspect of why many people love Shanghai. Yeah, so different, just like
yeah.
you said. Although maybe a little bit culture shock, but
Yeah, right.
different kind of cultures can exist in here very harmoniously, and you can find, and even if you are maybe you know, what I say, different geeks can find their friends here.
Right.
That's a good thing,
Yes.
actually, right?
Because nobody judges each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we respect each other's difference and live very, you know.
So in your movie, Lost in Shanghai, you have this, just now we were talking about, you have this very long conversation. I've seen you've touched upon a lot of, you know, topics that cared by young people. So when you are writing scripts, because just now I said you tend to have just one frame, one single shot, but very long, 5 to 10 minutes. How long did you work out on the scripts? Is it difficult to do this?
Actually, it's not really that hard because
Really?
yeah. So all these like conversations, they are coming from like my real life. So I just collect them and I just put them on paper. So we only took like a week to finish the first draft of the script, and before we shoot each scene, we only took like 3 weekends to shoot the scenes. And before the weekend, we will ask all those actors to come, and we rehearse with them, and we will go to the details, like what kind of slang they use, like what kind of content and language they will use in their conversation. So it's actually pretty funny experience to write all these scripts.
So what would be your next movie project? Are you working on it or thinking about it?
I'm actually trying to make a feature out of it, out of the Lost in Shanghai, and maybe because I've been here, like living here for longer, so maybe I will include more like local cultures and local people's life and different kind of communities. Like I will like put all those different people into my feature because that's a longer version.
How long would that be? 2 hours?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that will be 2 hours. And see you guys in the cinema.
And that would be so your short film shot in Lost in Shanghai. Sorry, Lost in Shanghai was not presented in the big cinema, but maybe next movie. Right?
Yeah, next movie I will see you guys on scene.
And I know you told me you have submitted your work
Yeah.
to the Shanghai International Film
I
Festival.
failed and I cried.
That's
So
amazing.
That's why you bought the tickets of the short film
Yeah, I want to see
genre.
who like who won.
Maybe next year. Maybe next year we can see your.
I want to see what's the standard.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck anyway.
Yeah, sure.
And what I want to say is that. Do you have your Lost in Shanghai? This movie is you just said zero budget.
Yeah.
So are you trying to get more budget, you know, to for your next project?
Yeah, sure. I'm absolutely looking for more funds and looking for founders and people. Like right now, all those audience and people who've seen this film, especially people in Shanghai, they are very supportive to my film because they think it's not the story of local people, but it's also a slice of life of people who is coming out of this city. And that's pretty essential for this city too, because this city is like not only a stage for one kind of people, it's a stage for everyone. So I think maybe with more help, my feature will be like more cinema.
Mm-hmm. And Clara,
Yes.
I think our live streaming is approaching to an end. So before we go, tell our audience one thing about Shanghai that you love the most, that you recommend them to do when they come to Shanghai.
I think it's very apparent, just like walk around the city.
City
I
walk
think-
again.
Yes, because I think
That's why you are called a city walk promoter. You do your
Right.
job very professionally.
I think people will discover all kinds of things, things that they're familiar with. Because when I first came back to China from the U.S., I thought Shanghai was the best place to live because there are many things that I'm very used to when I lived abroad. But also I missed so many things, like baozi in the morning as breakfast, which is a bun, and those kind of things you can also find very easily in Shanghai.
Yeah.
So like it's very suitable for all kinds of people. So I think City Walk is amazing. You'll meet new people and you'll start a great life here in Shanghai. So,
And
Yeah.
we see the shops in here. You see a lot of different, hello,
Yeah.
hello, good evening, hello. The shops in here, they're very interesting. They've got some of the Halloween decorations clothes, I think.
Yeah, I
They
think
have
it's a
also
vintage
very
shop.
beautiful ornaments. And also they've had clothing shops, and over there it's a 老上海本帮菜. It's a Shanghai
Right, a
cuisine.
Shanghai, yeah.
Shanghai cuisine.
I think it's
Very
it
famous, I
started,
think.
Yeah, in 1985.
Is it a Michelin restaurant?
I think that is.
I don't know. Yeah,
I
but
will rate it as one.
really, you've
I love
been
it.
there. You've been there.
Yeah, I've been here, yeah.
So
I've ordered delivery from it, so
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's a Michelin restaurant that's like food delivery.
yes, but in this very short street, we get a lot of different styles.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of from Thailand, from Vietnam, from traditional Shanghai, the Shanghai cuisine, and from maybe some Western countries, the Halloween costumes. And it's quite interesting. Over there, we have Paris Station. We have Balijang. We have Paris Station.
Oh
So
my
that's why this area is quite fascinating and attractive to young people.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the organizing committee is choosing this road alongside from Cathay Theatre to where we are standing right now as the official route for outsiders. When they come to Shanghai, they recommend they to have a city walking here to learn some of the cinematic history and also to get to know the city vibe here.
Yeah.
And over there, I think we are approaching to an end to our live streaming today. You probably followed our steps and learned something about Shanghai, but trust me, the best thing to do is to come to Shanghai and to go to the streets and have a city walk yourself.
Yes.
And over there, they also have another very grand theater in the Shanghai cinematic history. It's called Majestic Theatre, 美琪大戏院. That's also very important. So if you come to Shanghai, do come to Cathay Theatre, do come to Lyceum Theatre, and do come to Jinxian Road, and do come to Majestic Theatre to explore more of the city's vibrant history and also the vibrancy here. So with Ladi and with Clara, we are very happy to have you here to spend this very lovely night, Sunday night. And I think we'll leave you there. Goodbye and see you again.
Bye.
Bye bye.